Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello friends, welcome to Entri, India's best application and best YouTube channel to crack any of the government exam. I, Deepmani Bhardwaj, welcomes you all again with the percentages second part. See, in this part we are going to discuss all the important questions in comparison to the previous part. Now we'll start with the basic questions and end up with the previous year's important question, which will include the Canara Bank's question as well. So let's start with our first question. The first question says that A's salary is 25% more than B's salary. Then by what percentage is B's salary less than A's salary? For these type of question, what student do? They normally use that X method, and that would be the longest one, so please do not use it. What do they do? What they have given? If A's salary is 25% more than B's salary, so they'll take B's salary as X, and they'll say that if A's salary is 25% more than B, that means A's salary would be how much? They will take out first 25% of X and then add up X in it and then take out some value, and then according to the question they are going to solve each and everything, and that will take a lot of time. But I am here to solve the question within no time, so I'll help you out with that. So this is our trick. See what we'll do. If they have given that A's salary is 25% more than B's salary, so what we'll do, let's take B's salary as how much? As 100%. This clearly tells us that A's salary would be how much? A's salary would be 25 plus 100%, that is its salary would be 125. Fine. Now what they are saying, then by what percentage is B's salary less than A's salary? By the first line they are asking by what percentage is B's salary less than A. So what is the difference? The difference between A's salary and B's salary is of 25. Now in whose comparison they are talking? They are comparing in the comparison of A's. B's salary is less than A's salary. So what is the A's salary? A's salary is 125. So you will take 125 in the denominator and multiply it by 100. So 25 into 5 is 125 and 520 is 100. That is correct answer is 20%. See, for all these type of question you need not know anything, need not do anything, because I am telling you the best and short method. The difference that is taken, you must write in the numerator, and the thing in which comparison is done, as here B salary is compared with the A salary, so the salary which is compared is kept in the denominator part, and you have to do just one thing, that multiplied by 100%, so it will directly give you 20%. Let's take one more example so that your concept gets clear easily. Now another question says that A's salary is 25% then B's salary, then B's salary is what percent more than A's salary? Now you'll use the trick which I told you. What is the difference between them? So first of all we must know what is the B's salary. Let it be 100. So A's salary would be how much? A's salary would be, because it is 25% less, that means its salary is 75. Now what is asked? We are asked that then B's salary is what percent then more than A's salary? They are asking about B now. So what is the value of B here? We know that the value of B is 100 and A's value is 75. But the difference between them is of 25. Now in whose comparison they are asking? They are asking in the comparison of A, isn't it? So A's salary was how much? His salary is 75 as mentioned here. What do you have to do? Just multiply it by 100. So 25 3s are 75. This means how much B's salary is more than A's? It is 33.33%. So this is our answer. So from next time, don't go with the traditional method, that is the longest one. Just take the difference here and write in whose comparison you are taking here and just multiply it by 100. So it would be the fastest method to solve any question. Let's move on to the next question. The next question says that two students appeared for an examination. One of them scored 9 marks more than the another. So let one student be A, sorry, and let one student be B. So if A scored X marks, that means B scored how much? X plus 9 marks as mentioned in the question. Now his marks are 56% more than the sum of their marks. This means that if I'll take its sum, what would be its sum? Its sum would be x plus 9. That is how much? Its sum is 2x plus 9. What they have told? They have told that and his marks are 56% more than the sum of their marks. So what I'll do, B's marks are x plus 9. They have told that his marks are 56% of the sum of the marks. So we'll take out 56% of what? 56% of 2x plus 9. So what we'll do? We'll just solve it. When you will solve it, you will get the value quite like this. 56 by 100 into 2x plus 9. So from here you will get the direct value of x as 33. Since x is 33 and we were asked that the marks obtained by them are, that is individually we have to tell about their marks. So since A had X marks, therefore A has how much marks? 33 marks. And what about B? B was having X plus 9 marks, that is 33 plus 9. How much? So therefore B is having 42 marks. So A's marks are 33 and B's marks are 42. So this type of question can be solved in this manner. Let's move on to the next question. The next question says that the difference of two numbers is 1800. If 5% of one number is 8% of the another, find the numbers. Again, what I am saying, whenever you think that x can be used and it can be solved within 15 to 20 seconds or maximum 30 seconds, please go for that. But if you have any other method in which within no seconds any of the question can be solved, please go with that. So let's try to solve this question. What they have told, the difference of two numbers is 1800. So let one number be x and another number be y. So what's the difference between x and y? It is 1800. Now what they have told, if 5% of one number is 8% of the another, that is 5% of x is how much? Is 8% of y. This means x upon y would be what? This means x upon y would be how much? X upon y would be 8 upon 5. Is that clear? We clearly know that this sign would cancel out, that is x upon y would be 8 upon 5. What they were told? We were told that x minus y is equal to 1800. This means that for the value of x, I can put x value as 8 upon 5y as well from this equation. So therefore what I'll do? I'll put 8 upon 5y minus y is equal to 1800 and I clearly know that from here I'll get y's value as 3000. So what would be the value of x? The value of x is how much? X minus y is equal to 1800. That means x value would be how much? It would be 3000 plus 1800. So x value is going to give you how much? X value is going to give you 4800. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is, see, here we are going to tell you a new trick of the effective percentage change. For these type of questions, no need to solve long questions, just apply one simple formula, and that formula would be that you have to subtract the final value minus initial value upon initial value. So for these type of questions, you need not solve a long method, just go with this. What? You have to use the formula final value minus initial value upon the initial value, and it will give you what? It will give you effective percentage change. So let's go with the question. The question says the population of a city increased from 12 lakh to 15 lakh in an year. The percentage increase of the population in that year is. So what do you have to do for this type of question? Just take the difference of the final value and the initial value. So for the final value is how much? The final value is from 12 lakh to 15 lakh. That means the final value would be how much? It would be 15 lakh. So 15 lakh minus 12 lakh upon what was the initial value? The initial value was 12 lakh. This means the difference between 15 lakh and 12 lakh is how much? It is 3 lakh upon 12 lakh, as from 0 zeros can be cancelled out, and we have to calculate the percentage increase. So we'll do what? We'll just multiply it by 100, and we know that it is going to give me what? 3 4s are 12. This means the percentage increase was of 25%. So you can directly use this formula. Please remember that for the effective percentage you have to just write final value minus initial value upon initial value. So use this formula again in this question and try to understand it. Now the question says that profit made by a company in the present year is 18 lakhs. 2 years ago the profit made by the same company was 24 lakhs. What percentage change in the profit made by the company? So again we'll use the same formula, that is the final value. What is the final value? Final value is 18 lakhs here, and the initial value was 2 years ago it was talking, at that time it was 24 lakhs upon what was the initial value at that time? The initial value was 24 lakhs. Now when you calculate it, you know that from zeros we can cancel out 0, isn't it? So this means the difference between 18 lakhs and 24 lakh upon 24 lakh would directly give you how much? It will give you 6 upon 24 into 100, but it would be of negative sign because this value is greater. So it would be 6 over 24 and it would give you minus 25%. And this minus sign shows what? This minus sign shows that there is a decrement in the profit of 25%. Fine. So in comparison to this 24,000 and this 24 lakh and 18 lakh, there is a decrement of 25%. So our answer is 25% decrement. Let's move on to the next question. The next question says that the revenue of a shop in the month of April was 40,000. The shopkeeper announced a discount of 30% in the month of May, and hence the sales went up by 20%. What will be the revenue in the month of May? Now, for these type of question, do not panic, because even I know this question seems to be quite difficult one, but if your basic concept are clear, you can make it as an easy one as well. So let's try to solve this question. What is saying? The revenue of a shop in the month of April was 40,000. So the revenue was given that in the month of April its revenue was 40,000. Now tell me one thing, how do you get the revenue? The revenue is calculated by the number of sales into cost of each sale, isn't it? So this is going to give you the revenue. So let me take number of sales as N and cost of each sale as P. So the revenue will give you how much? Revenue will be R is equal to N into P. See, because of this your question is going to become very simple. Now what is done? Now they are saying that the shopkeeper announced a discount of 30% in the month of May, and hence the sales went up by 20%. What is this? They are saying that for the new month, what they have done, they have just given the discount of 30%, and since they have given the discount of 30%, this means the P's value would be what? The P would be P minus 30% of P, that is 30 by 100 into P, and it would be 0.7 P. Now coming on to the number of sales. What about the number of sales they have told? They have told that sales went up by 20%. So sales increased by 20%. So what would be its value? Its new value would be N plus N percentage of how much? N percentage of, 20% of N. So when you will calculate it, you will get the value of it as 1.2 N. So it is a new N and it is a new P. So originally, what was our revenue? Originally our revenue was N into P. So we got this formula. What about the new one? For this month, we are getting 1.2 into N into 0.7 into P. This is for the new one, isn't it? But when you multiply it, you will get its value as 0.84 NP. And we know that what is the value of NP? The value of NP is given here. It is 40,000. So the new revenue would be how much? The new revenue would be 0.84 into 40k, that is 40,000. So the answer would be 33,600 rupees. Fine. So please use these type of methods to solve the question because these are the easiest ones. So let me explain the question once again. We have taken the number of sales as N, the cost of each sale as P. They have told that for the next month, the shopkeeper gave the discount of 30%. When he gave the discount of 30%, that means the cost would decrease by 30%. So P minus 30% of P, that is 0.7 P. The sales increased by 20%. So the number of sales were taken as N. So we have increased the number of sales as N plus 20% of N, that is 1.2 N. Revenue was what? Revenue was R is equal to N into P. That is number of sales into cost of each sale. What is the number of sales this month? This month they have told that the sales have increased by 20% and the discount was given of 30%. So what we'll do? We'll multiply 1.2n with 0.7p. So this gave me 0.84 into NP and NP's value was 40,000. So my correct answer is 33,600. Fine. Let's move on to the next question. The next question says that the length of a rectangle is decreased by 20%, breadth is increased by 40%. Find the percentage change in the area of rectangle. These type of questions are asked in the exam, but what we do, we take a long method. So please get rid of all those long methods because we are going to solve these questions in a super fast mode. We will not take X and all that. We will solve it with the super fast mode. And what would that? Since they have told, they have only given the percentage, so we can take the value here as 100. Please remember that whenever only percentage is given, we will use 100% so that easily question can solve. What they have told, the length of rectangle is decreased by 20% and breadth is increased by 40%. So let initially the length and breadth be as 100. So what would be the area of rectangle initially? Area of the rectangle initially would be 100 into 100, that is 10000. So this would be our area initially. Now what would be the new area? New area would be where the rectangle's length is decreased by 20%, that is it would be 100 minus 20, that is 80 now. The breadth is increased by 40%, so its breadth would be what? Its breadth would be 140. So the new area is going to be what? The new area is going to be 11200. Now you can see that this question has become very simple. What they have told, find the percentage change in the area of rectangle. I have already discussed the same type of question before 2 slides. And what was that? To calculate the final value, what I'll do? I'll just subtract it and take the initial value, isn't it? But can we do that? Yeah, why not? What we'll do? We'll just take the new value minus initial value upon the initial value. So it will give you what? It will give you 1200 upon 10,000 into 100. That is, from zeros you are going to cancel out zeros. This means that your correct answer is what? The correct answer is 12%. Since it has given you the positive result, that means the net increment is there. And how much increment is there? Net increment is of 12%. So these are the best method to solve any question. Fine. Let's move on to the next question. Again, the question might seem quite difficult one, but we'll solve it with the best method. Let's see what question says. The question says that price of onions increases by 30%. What should be the percentage decrease in the consumption of the onion by a family such that their expenditure on onions remains same? Now, let's talk about its initial value. What would be the initial value? Initial value would be what? We know that when we'll calculate about its onion, the initial value would be according to the price and whatsoever they may be consuming, and final value would be what? Final value is there, since the onion's prices increases, they have to decrease its consumption so that their expenditure remains the same. So we'll talk about the expenditure. Let's talk about it. Now what I'm doing, I am just taking N and P here. Fine. So N and P. Let it be initial N, initial P. Let it be final N and final P. What is P here? Let the P be the price here. So the initial price, if I take the initial price as 100, so the final price would be how much? The final price would be, since it has increased by 30%, so final price would be what? Final price would be 130. Fine. Now, if what about N? We have been told that the percentage decrease in the consumption of onions by a family such that their expenditure on onions remains same. We are talking about the expenditure, so we have taken the product, the number of onions we used to use along with the price. So now if I take its difference, or if I calculate it, I'll get its value as N1 is equal to 13 by 10 N2, isn't it? This means that I know that N2's value is how much? It's 1000 upon 13% of N1, isn't it? Now, what is the net percentage decrease in that? The net percentage decrease in that is N2 is equal to 76.92 percentage of N1. That is, initially when they used to take any sort of number of onions, this time they have decreased it by 70, sorry, now they are taking 76.92 percentage of onion. That means what is the net decrease in the percentage of onion? Net decrease in the consumption of onion was 100 minus 76.92 percentage. That is how much? That is, they decreased their consumption by 23.07 percentage to keep their expenditures same. Fine. It is a very simple question. The only thing is that if your approach is good, your answer would come within second. The thing is that since I am explaining you, that's why it is taking a lot of time. Otherwise, this question will not take any time. Just see. They have told you what? They have told you the price of onions increased by 30%. That means if I take initial price as 100, final price would be 30% extra, that is 130. Now, initially, if I am taking it as N1, now what I'll do, N1 into P1 is equal to N2 into P2, N1 into 100 is equal to N2 into 130. So then now they are increasing their now they are decreasing their consumption by 76.92%. So what is the total decrement in the consumption so that their expenditure remains same? The expenditure will remain same when they will decrease their consumption by 23.07 percentage. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is of Canara Banks, and see, if you are seeing it as PO's question, don't think that it is going to be difficult, because many questions come in the exam which are very simple. The only thing is about its approach. Now you will see that we'll solve this question within 2 or 3 steps. See, Ram spent 44,668 on his air tickets, rupees 56,732 on buying gifts for the family members, and remaining 22% of the total amount he had as cash with him. What is the total amount? So we have to calculate the total amount. If you will solve this question with the traditional method, it is going to take you a lot of time. What we'll do, let's take out its expenditure. What is its expenditure? Its expenditure would be 44,668 for the air tickets and 56,732 for buying gifts. So total expenditure would be 44,668 plus 56,732. That is, his total expenditure was 101400. Fine. That is 1,01,400 rupees. So his total expenditure was this. and remaining 22% of the total amount he had cash with him. This means that if his total was 100% and 22% is left with him, so how much he has spent? He has spent, that means how much? 78%. Since his expenditure has been 78% and we know that how much he spent, so can we compare these two? Yeah, why not? We can compare these two as 101,400 is equal to 78%. This means 1% is equal to what? 1% is equal to 101,400 upon 78, which will give you 1300. Since 1% is equal to 1300, we are asked about his total amount. So total salary would be what? Total salary is 100%. That means his total salary is what? His total salary is 1300 into 100. That is how much? His total salary is 1,30,000. Fine. So this would be a answer. You can see that there are only two steps in which we have solved the question. You have just calculated the total expenditure. You have found out how much expenditure was there in the percentage. You have compared these two. So 1% has come. And since 1% has come, we have to just apply two zeros and get the final answer. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is, two candidates fought an election. One of them got 64% of the total votes polled and one with 992 votes. What was the total number of votes polled? This question was asked in PNB mains training on 20th November 2010. Now you can solve this question within no time. The only thing is that you have to keep your best approach, and this approach I discussed in the previous lecture in the percentage part 1. So what was that approach? See, we are told that the two candidates fought an election. One of them got 64 votes. This means that total number of votes would be how much? 100%. So one candidate got how much? One candidate got 64% vote. This means another candidate got how much? 36%. It is very simple, isn't it? It is total would give you how much? 100%. Now they have told that one of them got 64% of the total votes polled and one with 992 votes. Now tell me one thing. When do you win? We win by the difference between these two. If someone says that I have 20 rupees extra than you and your amount is total 80, this means I am having 100 rupees. Similarly here, the difference of percentage is equal to what? It is equal to 992. So the question is solved. Yeah, question is solved. What? 64% minus 36% is value is given. It is how much? It is 992. This means 28% is equal to 992. Similar approach as we use in the previous question. 1% would be equal to what? 1% would be 992 upon 28. So 992 upon 28 gives you what? 1% is equal to 13.43% approx. So what would be the value of total number of voters? We know that total number of voters are how much? Total number of voters are 100%. Since 1% is equal to 35.43, that means 100% would be equal to 3543 voters. So this is a correct answer. So just keep your approach of best one so that you can solve any of the question within no time. So all the best for your exam. For any doubts, please do comment, as comment section is available for you, and we are giving free daily live IBPS RRB rank booster quiz. Please attempt that so that you can boost up your rank and get selected in the first attempt itself, as IPS notification is out. Apart from the RRB, now for the PO also notification is out. You can start filling form from today itself, and we are giving a live daily quiz at 10 a.m. where there are 15 questions which are of 15 minutes each. So for this we have given the link in the description. Please follow the link in the description, use that and boost up your rank so that you can get selected in the first attempt itself. So kindly like this video, comment on it and share as much as possible so that we can keep on giving our best and take the best result out from you. So thanking you for watching this video. Thanks a lot.